So this morning I'm riding with Pete Jacobs, Ironman World Champion 2012. Would you believe he rode without power, or you did have a power meter for a while, just never used it?
Yeah, it was there,
yeah,
but I didn't look at it much.
yeah. In the last 6 months he has been training with power, thanks to Assioma, who are also sponsoring this video. Thank you very much, Assioma. So Pete's going to tell us how he's found the last 6 months.
The most enjoyable and the greatest improvements that I've seen in my cycling in my whole career.
All right, well, let's get into it. All right, Pete, can you tell us where we are?
We are at the Noosa Hill Climb.
Yeah.
Gindia Drive, that closed road where we come to do some efforts.
How long is the effort here?
A bit under 6 minutes.
Okay.
I've gotten down to about 5.5 for my best.
Oh, nice. And in the past, before power, what did you used to do here for your efforts?
I didn't do that many efforts even, because I guess I didn't have the motivation and the feedback. I might just come and do a few repeats.
Yep.
Look at the time that I was doing them in. But yeah, it wasn't really driven to any particular goals here.
So what has training with power enabled you to do?
It's enabled me to learn about how to do a proper threshold session.
Okay.
Which is basically, you know, if we say 5x5 being the classic, or here it's about 5 by 6 minutes.
Yep.
It means that they're repeatable. You hit power that you can sustain. You hit a heart rate that, you know, plateaus and is repeatable as well. And having power means that I've learned that, you know, I can't go too hard at the bottom of the hill. And if my power's fading in the middle a little bit, well, you know, can I motivate myself to get the power back up to where I want it to be, so that the power is fairly even for that average for the entire ride, rather than going to 450 watts at the start and then fading to 250 watts at the top, and then not being able to do a second or a third or a fourth or a fifth effort at the target that I want to hit. See that not just on Strava and not just in the bunchies that I'm doing better and getting PBs or beating other blokes and having a good time, but I'm also able to see that the data is improving week to week as well. And so that was a major factor for, you know, having fun in the bunch and really motivated watching and chasing Strava segments.
Yeah. But
then to come back at the end of the ride and see that my power has improved as well as my segment time. That was, you know, legitimizing the bunch rides that I was doing and seeing improvements. Peak power, my peak power is always very low, being an endurance athlete, so I like to see that that's hitting nice numbers.
Yeah.
And also seeing that the average for that segment is pretty solid as well, and just average is better than it was, you know, the week before. The days that I am tired, and that happens a lot when you're training a lot. When I was training for Ironman the other month, it shows that you need to go easy and listen to your body. It helps you to listen to your body, because I could see that I felt tired, but my power was also saying that I'm tired, and therefore I did need to listen to it and stick with those easy numbers. And if you hit a little incline that's only 20 seconds long, you may be tempted to go hard, but seeing power there just kept it below.
And previously, when you didn't have a power, what do you think you would have done?
You just get out of the saddle without power and just go, I'll just get over this hill.
Yeah.
I'll just get over the next one. Or I'll see if my legs will freshen up if I just push a bit. But you don't realise that those short little efforts of pushing out over 300 watts on a day that you want your legs just to totally be relaxed and recovered, you know, that can just add in fatigue that you aren't getting any benefit from. Mainly, like, I've enjoyed it more because of the feedback and motivation that I've gotten. I've been able to do repeatable efforts. Yep. So yes, my endurance, my power, my threshold, my heart rate, everything is sustainable at a high level. And it's just a target now. So I might do a bunch ride or a ride with guys just cruising.
Yeah.
And then come and do a session here and go, okay, now I want to do 5x5 and see what I'm doing.
Okay.
And I can see, even if I'm a bit fatigued or if I'm feeling fresh, you know, the watts that I'm targeting are the same anyway.
Yeah.
You know, I'll try to hit a little bit higher watts when I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
If my heart rate and, you know, perceived effort allow me.
Okay.
But basically, no matter the conditions, you know, you can just rely on the watts to tell you how you're going.